All right, everyone, GM Biotech, everyone, welcome to another session of Ecosystem Spotlight. Today we have Radius, uh, Ji Hoon from Radius with us in these sessions, and always Edgar from Symbiotix. So, yeah, I think I will pass the mic to Edgar. And don't forget, everyone, if you have any question, drop it in the chat because I will pick some of the good question and ask Ji-hoon at the end of the session. Okay, please go ahead, Edgar.
Absolutely, yeah. No, super excited to talk to all of you guys again, like we do every 2 weeks, and super excited to talk to you, Jihoon, about what you guys are building at Rageous. I've been following what Rageous is doing since the early days. I think the first time I ever heard AJ talk about what you guys are doing was at Dev Connect in Istanbul. So really happy to be talking to you right now. I will just give you the mic if you could give us like an overview of Wages, what the team is building, why transparency and collaboration matters, and how the Symbiotix integration strengthens what you have, which is called the Alpha engine.
Okay, I will talk about that. Actually, over the past few years, the blockchain execution layer has drifted from
Jihun?
open and this. Oh, hello? Can you hear it?
Yeah,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
it?
you.
Yeah, okay. So over the past few years, the blockchain execution layer has drifted from open
I
decentralized
can't hear
coordination.
Jihun.
I
Is
can,
it just me?
I can hear it.
Oh,
Hello?
wait. Edgar, I can hear Ji-hoon.
Okay, okay. I will leave in.
Okay. Ji-hoon, please wait a minute.
Yeah,
Edgar will
okay.
rejoin. Yeah. Sometimes this happens when we have 300, 400 plus participants. Please
Yeah,
bear with
and
us.
Yeah, okay, now it works.
Okay, let's go.
yeah, okay. Uh, The blockchain execution layer has drifted from open decentralized coordination toward more centralized closed door like the older floor, which hurts fairness and increases extractive MEP, which is being taken from the users. And Radius uh, exists to reverse that trend. And we are building on an open market block building network that connect loreups and searcher and market participants into one collaborating marketplace. Actually, we believe the transparency and collaboration are the only sustainable foundation for block space. And transparency builds trust by letting anyone verify the rules and how they are applied. Collaboration puts everyone under fair and auditable policies that turn competition into better price and deeper liquidity and a healthier ecosystem. With secure block building, which named the SBD, and the Right House auction, we protect on-chain transactions from the harmful MEP, increase execution success, and provided fair access to shared liquidity across the L2s. So builders, searchers, and validator rollups and liquidity provider can compete on quality, not probability. And technically, Radius uses distributed key generation (DKG) to produce a source hold public key, and users encrypt transactions to this key before they enter the network. Transactions enter the SBB encrypted mempool as ciphertext, and SBB commits to an order without seeing playtest and following open and auditable policies that remove the information advantage required for front running and sandwich attacks. After the order is finalized, the transaction order coordinates tries to hold track decryption via decryption shares from the community, and plain text transactions are labeled only after the order is ranking. Searchers receive the now decrypted transactions, assemble bundles that must respect the commit order, and submit bids into the Lighthouse auction. Lighthouse selects the highest quality execution and route inclusion across participating rollups and improving cross-sell to liquidity and build quality. Through our integration with Symbiotix Radius onboards stake operators into our actively validated service, which named AVS. The transaction order, the cage committee, and inclusion routing require a dependable operator set. Rather than creating and managing them in-house, we resource and coordinate them via restaking protocols such as like Symbiotix. This approach significantly reduces the bootstrapping overhead and leveraging prevented operational capacity and monitoring frameworks, and enables stable and trustworthy operations. By using the standard procedures and tooling of the existing restrictor layer, instead of like we implementing security enforcement ourselves, and we gain both scalability and operational efficiency. Consequently, this operator layer strengths the ARPA engine. Operators are secured by listed collateral and rewarded for high quality execution, which improves inclusion consistency and reduces the harmful MEP and accelerates price discovery for users and LPs. In short, Radius brings back block building back to an open and verifiable and collaborating market, restoring credible utility and improving real economic outcomes.
Got it. Got it. Not super interesting, and like I was saying, really love what you guys are building. So before we go into some longer form questions, I would love if you could just like answer some rapid fire questions. This is a format that we like to do on here, but also on the podcast. So yeah, let me just ask you a real quick question, and you hit me with a real quick answer. So what's
Okay.
one thing most misunderstood about block building or MEV?
One of the most common misunderstandings about block building and MEV is that they're inherently helpful. In really, MEV itself is not the problem. The way it is captured and distributed is what matters. When block building happens in closed, opaque environment, and MEV extraction tends to become like predictable, enriching a few privileged actors. But when systems are transparent and collaborative with builders, searchers, lawyers, and validators working under open rules, MEV can improve the execution quality, deepen liquidity, and benefit end users. At Radius, we are trying to shift this perception through secure block building and the right house auction. We are proving that MEV can be handled in a fair and transparent and a collaborative way, turning what was once seen as like harmful into a tool for like a healthier and more efficient blockchain economy.
Got it. What's the most underrated design choice in Reduce's architecture?
Yeah, the most underrated design choices in Radius architecture is that we created transparency and collaboration not as features, so but as core, like the design permitted at the protocol layer. Instead of building a closed system that only optimize for block inclusion or MEV captures, we designed the Radius from day one to be like open and verifiable and permissionless, so that rollups and builders, searchers, and validators can plug in and compete on equal terms. And this choice might seem subtle, but it changes everything. It turns like the block building from a private race into like the public marketplace, and it means like the MEV policies are auditable, auditable is observable, and liquidity can flow across the rollups without fragmentation. That foundation is what makes secure block building and Lighthouse auction actually effect. And why Raji's can scale as shared block space improvisation, not just another relay.
Yeah, these are rapid fire questions. So usually like you
Uh,
should try to synthesize these answers into like maybe like 15 or 20-second answers, but that's fine. So
yeah, okay.
if you weren't if you weren't building Radius, what kind of systems or protocol would you be working on?
Well, there has like official one, like the personal one. Uh, Actually, like officially, if I want building Radius, I will still be focused on building open very viable like improvisation that improves coordination and fairness in decentralized systems. And that might mean like the working on protocol that serves like fragmentation between rollups and makes like shared liquidity more accessible, or it defines how a MEV is distributed back to users and builders. And personally, I do probably be like the searcher doing cross-world arbitrage, taking small constant spreads when L2 price is diverse.
Super interesting. And what's your favorite analogy to explain open market infrastructure to non-crypto folks?
I like to explain open market infrastructure as like something similar to a public stock exchange. Instead of trade happening behind the closed doors in private deals, a stock exchange like lets like everyone see the rules, submit orders and compete fairly, which means like the best price like execution win. Radius is building that kind of open and transparent like a marketplace for block building. Builders, searchers, and lookups can all participate like under the same transparent rules, and ensuring that block space is allocated fairly and efficiently rather than captured by a few privileged actors.
Super interesting. So I think now it's time to go into the deeper questions. So firstly, I want to ask you like what is the problem that Radius is solving in today's roll-up and MEV ecosystem?
Yeah, okay. Today's Europe and MEV ecosystems like faces three major problems. The first one like fragmented liquidity and closed and opaque block building and harmful MEV extraction that benefits only a few privileged actors. Because each group like operating in isolation, liquidity and order flow are siloed, and which reduces like infinity and limits like execution quality. At the same time, like the block building has like become like increasingly like centralized and private, leading to unfair access and unchecked like the MEV capture. Radius serve these problems by building on open market block building network, like where rollups and builders, searchers, and a validator collaborate under transparent rules. And through those secure block building and the right house like auction, we protect like transactions from the helpful MEB, improve like the execution success and ensure like fair and share the like access to liquidity across the ecosystem. So
Oh,
Entire,
sorry.
yeah, you're
Yeah, I
muted.
was like, oh, yeah. And that was really interesting. I wanted to, as a follow-up question, I wanted to ask how does like secure block building make the block production more fair and more competitive?
Today a lot of like block space is effectively like gated by like private order floor and privileged like relationship. Centralized like sequencers rarely like provide a verified like proof of how they manage ordering or privilege pro. And SBB changed that, like using encrypting transactions and verifiable order committed. and we have tested to where a user transaction will be included without seeing its context. As BB introduced the open and auditable like policies and verifiable like process, so every participant like operates under the same conditions. Transactions are ordered like the bundled by transparent rules and not by like who you know, and that levels the playing field. Like the competition shifts from across to execution quality feature like lower slippage or fewer reports, like faster inclusion. The impact is clear that harmful MAB is reduced, the inclusion becomes like predictable, and block space like evolves into a healthier market and that benefits users, LPs, and bundle online.
Got it, got it. Okay. So can you like walk us through like what Lighthouse is and how it enables rollups to internalize MEV and unlock new revenue streams?
MAB floor to like the blockchain participants or through like private order floor. In Lighthouse, builders and searchers compete fairly for like the block inclusion via like the transparent on-chain auction. Lighthouse also provides a cross-roll MEV auction, enabling MEV revenue across the rollups that didn't previously exist. As like Radius auction-based coordination layer, like the Lighthouse lets rollups internalize MEV instead of leaking to external parties. This gives like rollup two key benefits. First, MEV revenue that used to leave the system can now be captured and redirected back into the rollups on economy. Whether that's funding sequencer operations and rewarding validated or reducing user fees. Second, because the auction is open and verifiable, like the rollups gain visibility into MEV flow, which helps them design better incentive structures and governance around like block space. In short, like the right house like transforms MEV from the oblique into a creature, like turning block space into a native revenue and source and aligning incentives across builders and searchers and world itself.
Got it, got it. Super interesting. Um, okay, so I guess like my follow-up question would be like how does the symbiotic integration enhance shared security and institutional reliability for block builders and the searcher using radio?
Symbiotix integration enhances like shared security and institutional reliability by anchoring like collaborators and searchers to respect the collateral and align their incentives with the integrity of the network. By requiring participants to stake assets that can be slashed for like the malicious behavior, we created strong economic guarantee around honest participation and execution quality. This shared security layer not only reduces the risks like censorship, reordering, or MEV abuse, but also like the builds or verifiable trust foundation that institution can rely on. Moreover, like the risk-taking drivers are tied to measurable like performance, like with builders and searchers to deliver high quality like the execution and follow like transparent policies are directly incentives. The result is a more robust, like the accountable, like institution grade, like the environment for block production, and where like the participants compete on reliability and trust rather than access or like centralization.
Okay. So from your perspective, um, what does economic transparency mean for the next phase of Ethereum's modular ecosystem?
From our perspective, economic transparency means that rollups, builders, searchers, validators, every participants share the cost, incentives, and volume from flows the on-chain in a transparent and verifiable and auditable the way. In practice, however, the private ban pools and off-chain deals undermine this transparency. As Ethereum becomes the more modular and the execution becomes more specialized, transparency around who captures the MEV and how value is shared, then what users actually pay for the block space becomes essential, for credible utility and sustainable growth. Without it, we risk recreating a OpenQ, the renting seeking structure that resemble traditional the finance. At Radius, this principle is central to our design. Secure block building and Lighthouse auction expose pricing, inclusion, and MEV floors in a verifiable way, turning the block space into an open market economy rather than the black box. That kind of transparency is what will allow modular Ethereum to scale while preserving fairness at trust.
Super, super. Thank you so much. I will pass back the mic to Nembiotic to manage the audience question before you can give us the final thought.
Thank you so much, Edgar. I think this is a very, very great session for the community to know more about the Radius and Symbiotix, right? So I saw some of the question from the community. So the first question from Yandeka, if I pronounce it correctly. Yeah, so the question is, will Radius play a key role in scaling Symbiotic ecosystem in the future?
Will Regis, oh, can you say again?
Will Radius play a key role in scaling Symbiotic ecosystem in the future?
Oh, in the future, how can we treat it like the symbiotic? Okay. Actually, we are thinking about for future the symbiotic is that mm,
I
we
think, yeah, go ahead.
yeah yeah I think the community uh actually we are also need to be the many operators to validate it our the commit order commitment something for that one. So I think
Mm,
like
I see.
which I say before which I say before that is the yeah like
Yeah, I think that's fine because
yeah
we are asking about the future of the things that Symbiotic and Radius will do together, right? So I know that some of the things are not out yet. So I would say that if you guys want to know what will happen between Radius and Symbiotic, I think it is, it's best to have a check on our Twitter and on the Radius Twitter as well, because if there are some of the updates, we will definitely publish it there. Okay, thank you so much, Jihoon. Let me move to the next question. So, this question from Nikki Biotech, he was asking, what are the top three things from Radius that Symbiotic user should watch out for in Q4 2025? Like what the
that's
community
interesting.
can looking forward to in the last quarter of the year. Yeah.
Last quarter of the year
Yeah.
actually okay Actually, we think we have to develop the more like the reward system
Mm-hmm.
from there. So, uh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just like the Rogers engineer. I don't think about like what
I see.
stretching
I
is
see. I see.
operating with the,
Yeah,
yeah.
no problem, no problem, no problem. So, I think my last question, this question also from Nikki Biotech. I'm not really sure if you can take this, but I feel like it is something related to the engineering side. Okay, so the question is with the symbiotic and radius integration, how does radius enhance security for restake assets compared to traditional AVS setup?
Oh, it is set up. Okay. Actually, if we do not use like the symbiotic operators, we can our overhead like bootstrap overhead is really high. So even we really need to uh opt in like the onboards like to restake the operator into our like the ethically
Mhm,
validate service from the symbiotic.
mhm.
It makes us like the more like competent and great great operator from symbiotic, I think. Like
Amazing, amazing. Mm. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, that's all.
yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, Jihoon, for taking these questions from the community. So I hope this answer your question, Nikki Biotech. So I'm so sorry, like I saw a lot of question, but I have to pick some of the question because we don't have enough time to do all of the question. But I think if you guys want to learn more about Radius, you can have a check on the Radius Twitter account, Radius underscore XYZ. You can click on the link that they put on their Twitter to read more about Radius. And yeah, I think that's all for today's sessions, everyone. Jihoon and Edgar, do you have any last thing you want to say with the community?
Okay. So yeah, as we move into like the next phase of modular like floor space, Logi is committed to building on open, transparent, like collaborative execution layer that benefits everyone, from roll-ups and builders to searchers and users. Like if you're interested in learning more about our Alpha engine contributing to secure block building and right tasks, or exploring collaboration opportunity, we really love to connect. You can follow our paid progress on Twitter, which name like the radius underbar like the SYZ, and our website, like, and reach out like it's to our team, more deeper technical like discussion for our partnership ideas. This is just the beginning, and we're excited to build the next generation of fair and open block space together. That's all. Thank you.
That's great to hear. How about you, Edgar? Any last word for the
Yeah,
community?
well, first and foremost, like thank you so much for Jiwon on joining and sharing all of these key insights, this juicy alpha.
Mm.
And yeah, to the audience, like thanks of course for joining. And um, also something you better watch out for is that we have the next episode of the Blueprint podcast with
Mm.
Mike from Ether5. It's quite
Mhm.
a big one. It's going to be releasing today, so it should be in a couple of hours.
Interesting, interesting. So yeah, keep an eye on our Twitter, and we will also push out the announcement on the Discord as well. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining. And I think some of our community member also asking about when Symbiotic Sync. I think it's gonna be very soon. So keep an eye on the announcement channel. That's all I can say for now. So yeah, thank you so much again, everyone, for joining, especially Edgar and Jihoon for taking time out for these sessions. And yeah, I'll catch you guys again later. Bye bye. Take care and have a good one.
Thanks so much, guys.
감사합니다, Jihoon. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.
감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요.
네.
감사합니다. Bye bye.
Bye bye.